Good morning, dreamers. Happy Tuesday. Today is a very special day for our family, our extended family on on my side. It is the first day ever that we have no more children. Our youngest, my youngest nephew, is a teenager. It's mind-boggling, and he is so wonderful. Every time I get a message from my Joe, eh, my face lights up. And God uses him to ease my everyday stuff. How are you, Auntie Marilyn? And I know he means it. He's not looking for a fine, he's looking for truth. And he will read right through it. You're not fooling this kid. He is brilliant, and his heart is God has given him such a heart. I'm concerned about his heart because it is so passionate for people that it cannot help but be hurt in the future. And I want to guard his heart on his behalf. And I know that only his creator is powerful enough to do that. But that's an aside. Something Joe does that's fantastic. I'm so thrilled that he does it, is part of his worship in the corporate body. It's not getting up, playing guitar, playing drums, and looking great and whatever. I mean, let's be honest, he looks great. But he's not a upfront type of dude, always leading worship or anything like that, asking his dad for opportunity to preach, although he could. What he does, though, is he has this bent to art. And my brother and sister, they are training up their child in the way he should go. And when one is bent to math and one is bent to art, both could do either. Let's be very honest. Both are very gifted. But Joe's bent is to art. And one of the things he does is origami, the art of Japanese paper folding. And he has little YouTube clinics for the kids in the church. And my brother has dubbed it Jogami, but it's or Joragami, and then but he does this paper folding and he shows you what's a plain ordinary piece of paper. Sometimes if it's the wrong size, it needs to be ripped so that it can become the right size. But then he folds and he folds and he folds. And sometimes he folds and he says crease down here and then open it back up. And you look at it and go, well, now why did the paper have to get folded? Right? And it comes into play later. And it reminded me of life. Seriously, this artistic um, folding of paper into something beautiful, something plain and ordinary, being folded and molded and shaped under the expert's hands. That's our life. Our Creator stands with us, holds us, doesn't just throw us into the abyss and say, there you go, you're on your own. No, he picks us up like a special piece of paper and he turns it around and sees potential in it. And then he says, okay, I'm going to form you. And sometimes he has to start by cutting something off. And now we're the right shape to begin. And we fold and we fold and we fold. And sometimes the folds are creased and using the thumbnail, we just make those creases hard and the paper will never ever be the same. And then it's opened back up and another fold has happened. And this fold over here is forgotten for 5 more steps. Isn't that life? We're folded and shaped and opened and shut and renewed and restored. And at some point, we're a swan or we're a rose or we're a frog, whatever it is that we are, we've been created to be something beautiful, a masterpiece, a masterpiece. Ephesians says you are his handiwork. He's got his hands dirty in creating you. You're his handiwork. And Josiah reminds me of that every single time I watch one of his videos on how to fold stuff. I'm being folded. Some days it feels like that crease and that thumbnail that's gone along that crease is hard. And I know that whatever this is, I will never, ever, ever be the same as I'm being folded and creased and shaped. And then it's opened up and you're like, why bother? Why did that happen? There's no rhyme or reason to that. And then 5 steps later, oh, that's why. We do go through trauma. And some is the world around us, and some is the shaping of the Creator. I'm not saying He causes stuff, but sometimes He allows stuff to mold us and shape us into who He wants us to be. You're here for a reason, so don't give up. Don't stop dreaming. What could your ordinary paper be? You're going to be a rose today? You're going to be a frog? Maybe a cat? I'd love to be a cat. It means I get to stay home and have a nap. How can I want a nap so early in the day? I don't know. But Poppy's helping. Origami. Look a video up on YouTube today. Make yourself something special and put it on your work desk to remind yourself you're not just here to go to work, go home, go to work, go home. You're here for abundant life, and God is forming you and shaping you into something amazing. Something amazing. And you're beautiful. And you are a very important part of this earth. And you're here for a reason. So, sweet dreams today. And happy birthday, Joe.